Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a super quick little video for you today. And this video focuses on two very common Italian expressions, which are fare una foto and scattare una foto. Why did I choose to focus on this? Because they both mean to take a picture, but they're not always used in the same way. Let's begin to look at fare una foto. Literally, to make a photo, okay? It's confusing because if you translate to English, you just sort of get confused and you want to say it in a different way. But this is the most common in everyday expressions. So Italians use it all the time in daily life, with smartphones, with selfies, on holidays, and family pictures, okay? Read the examples aloud with me. You're going to be seeing them on the screen. Puoi farmi una foto? Abbiamo fatto tante foto a Roma. Vuoi fare una foto insieme? So, little help here. If you're a tourist in Italy, you can ask for a photo to an Italian and you can say, Mi puoi fare una foto? Okay? So, if the person that you're referring to is like a super young person, you can just go with the informal. Mi puoi fare una foto? So, can you take a picture of me? Or if it's a person that you don't know and you want to use the formal, you can say, Mi può fare una foto? Can you, formal, take a photo of me? Okay, practice saying that. It could be helpful in your next holiday experience. So remember, you're not going to use prendere as you would like to use, because if you're translating it to take a photo, you would like to say prendere una foto. No, no, no. If you're taking a photo, you're going to say fare una foto. Now, fare una foto has a verb in it. It has the verb fare. And you know that fare is an irregular verb. Let's quickly review it. Io faccio, tu fai, lui lei fa, noi facciamo, voi fate, loro fanno. So fare is irregular at the present tense, and when you're using it at the passato prossimo, it can be a little tricky, okay? Usually, and I'm not going to go into details here, but usually you're going to use the auxiliary verb avere. Ho fatto una foto. The use of essere is for another day, okay? Now, your other option is scattare una foto, literally to shoot a photo. It's more formal, more technical. You're going to use the verb scattare. It literally means to click or snap, like you remember those wonderful cameras that I still use because I'm old, that actually have a little button on them. It's not a smartphone. Well, when you snap a picture, you click on the button or you snap the button. Otherwise, you would just touch the screen, okay? Where will you hear this? Most commonly in journalism, in photography, or more formal Italian. So, me personally, I would use fare una foto. I would not ask a person to scattare a photo. So the difference between the two is basically how your speech is. So if you're using a formal or informal speech. For example, you're at a beautiful Italian wedding and there's a photographer going around taking photos. I would probably say il fotografo ha scattato bellissime foto al matrimonio. The photographer took beautiful pictures at the wedding. You can say ha fatto, but it sounds less technical, less professional. Or if you're looking back at your old photos and you want to say that photo was taken in the 80s, you could say questa foto è stata scattata negli anni 80. It gives you more the feeling of the actual photo being physically taken rather than done. Okay, so Questa foto è stata scattata feels more formal than saying questa foto è stata fatta negli anni 80. Or if you're getting a photo shoot and you're just simply not ready, you could say non scattare la foto, non sono pronta. Don't take the photo yet, I'm not ready. Okay? So it's the actual technical physical action of click click taking the photo. Now, you might not have heard the verb scattare before, so let's quickly look at the conjugation of the present tense. Io scatto, tu scatti, lui lei scatta, noi scattiamo, voi scattate, loro scattano. Yeah, I know. This is horrible, but I have to say this. Usually, scattare una foto will be conjugated with the verb avere in the passato prossimo. So you will say, il fotografo ha scattato la foto. Keep this with the meaning of taking photos, okay? Because when we're changing meaning and when scattare actually means something else, and I'm not going to go into detail because I'm going to confuse you, we can actually change the auxiliary verb. But for this lesson, keep it as avere, okay? Io ho scattato, tu hai scattato, lui, lei ha scattato, and so on. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this quick little review. And write a sentence with fare or scattare in the comments. See you next week. Un bacio, ciao.